Hello and welcome to Numeristical, bringing you the picks of the day for Saturday, September 21st. It is 9:13 in the morning here in California. It makes it 12:13 East Coast US time. One quick note, tomorrow I will not be putting out a video. I am actually doing a triathlon tomorrow, so I'll be busy all morning. But then I'll be doing videos for, the last week of the season before wrapping up. Okay, let's start by reviewing the picks from last time. So we had a positive day, winning day. Kind of the story of the season. We lost a big underdog on the money line and won both our totals bets. So combined totals and money line, we're up 0.8 units with the VIG. Down now combined 4.7 units totals and money line. Totals model is up 11.23 units, but the money line is down nearly 16 units. On the spreads model, we had a split decision. Angels lost by 2, so didn't get a cover there. But the White Sox lost 3-2, so we did get a win on that spread bet. So we are now down. We remain down really 7 units on the spreads model for the season. Let's get into today's action with the money line. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Okay, here are the games we're looking at for today and the model's probabilities on them. And scrolling down, we see it's telling us to take a closer look at 4 home teams and 3 away teams. So a lot of candidates today. First game we're looking at is the Nationals visiting the Cubs. The model says to take the Cubs if you can get minus 132. Let's take a look. The Cubs, oh, so close, minus 133 at Superbook. Model is saying 132 though. So unless it changes, we're not going to take a bet on that game. Next up, Twins at the Red Sox. The model likes the Red Sox. If you can get 134, showing 124, let's take a look at the Red Sox over here. Wants 134, we're getting a 133. Again, off by a penny. So no bet there, 134. Next up, Phillies at the Mets. Model likes the Mets if you can get minus 112. Let's take a look. Third bet in a row that we are a penny short. It wants minus 112, we're getting minus 113. So again, no bet there. Maybe I'll check back if I remember at the end of the video, see if anything changed. And finally, the Marlins hosting the Braves. Marlins actually beat them yesterday. Model is saying to take the Marlins at plus 241 if you can get it. Let's take a look. 241. And again, not quite getting there. 234 at Bookmaker, but not 241. So no bets on the home teams, though some very, very close ones to consider. And finally, moving over to the visiting teams. First visiting team is the Angels again, visiting the Astros. The model says take them at plus 207 if you can get it. Angels plus 207. Again, not quite getting there, 205, 2 pennies short. So no bet on that one. Guardians at the Cardinals. Model likes the Cardinals at minus 117 if you can get it. Cardinals minus 117. Let me make sure that I didn't make a mistake on anything here. Oh, I'm sorry. It likes the Guardians. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It likes the Guardians on the road and it's saying bet the Guardians at minus 117. And again, we're a few pennies short, minus 120. So not quite what we need. So no bet there. And finally, our beloved Rockies visiting the Dodgers. Model says take them at plus 249. And what do we got? 249. Nope, not quite getting there. 240. So lots of candidates, but no bets so far. But maybe something to keep an eye on if you get a couple pennies more, or just take a shot. But for the sake of the show, I try to follow the exact numbers so there's no ambiguity about the decisions. So it looks like we will not have any bets on the money line today, despite lots of very close calls. Let's move on to the totals model. Here are the probabilities and the points. And the model is telling us to look at 5 unders and 1 over. First under is the Orioles Tigers. Point is 8.5. Model wants plus 108. So this probably won't be a bet, but let's look. Click over the totals. Tigers Baltimore. Yeah, 8.5. We're getting minus 110, but we're not getting anywhere near plus 108. So no bet there. Next one, Mets Phillies. Point is 7.5. Model wants plus 105 though. Again, probably not going to get it, but let's take a look. Yeah, 7.5. We're getting minus 112. We're not going to get better than even money. No bet there. Marlins Braves. Point is 8.5. And actually, the model likes this. The model is saying at minus 130, this is worth a bet. And showing minus 118. So let's see what we can get on the Marlins Braves under 8.5. And you see a couple places have already moved to 8, but at DraftKings we still have 8.5 under minus 118. So we'll go ahead and do that. Braves Marlins under 8.5 minus 118. Braves Marlins under 8.5. Minus 118. Okay. Next up is the Cardinals Guardians. Point is 7.5. Model wants plus 102. Let's take a look. Cardinals Guardians down here. And we had the point at 7.5, wanted plus 102. But there's an 8 here. Let me see, is this for real? No, this is not for real. You know, something weird's happening where Caesars is not, Wager Talk is not properly updating the Caesars numbers. I've seen this a couple times now. So it's actually a 7.5 minus 110. And I don't know about these. These seem to be legit though. So we got an 8 under at minus 118. Let's see if that's good enough. So give me a sec. Okay, and for the Cardinals Guardians, if we make it an 8 under, minus 118 is exactly the number it wants. So let's go ahead and do that here at Heritage. We'll take the Guardians Cardinals under 8 minus 118. Under 8 minus 118. Okay. And next up, Dodgers Rockies, the last under we're looking at. Point is 9, with the Dodgers scoring 20 runs a couple games ago. Miles saying plus 108 though, so this is probably a stretch. Let's take a look. Dodgers Rockies. And at 9, we want plus 108. So yeah, we're not going to get that. So no bet there. That's all the unders. We got 1 over today to look at. Is the Red Sox Twins. Point is 7.5. And model says take it at minus 112. So let's see if we can get that. Red Sox Twins. Looking at the over. 7.5 over. We're not quite getting it. We're getting minus 116. Looks like it's moved. 7.5 over minus 116. Yeah, so we had to, a little earlier this morning, we could have gotten it at a better odds. but not right now. Right now it's minus 116 is the best we're showing. And the model one's minus 112. So let me just double check. So minus 118, minus 116. Yeah, not quite. Not quite getting what we want, although I don't know why it says this consensus here is minus 115, but no bet there. So it looks like we got just the two totals bets. Braves, Marlins under 8.5. Actually, they're both, and Guardians, Cardinals both under 8.5 and minus 118. Let's or wait, oh, okay. Sorry about that. Cardinals, Guardians should be under 8, not under 8.5. I think that was a Excel autofill mistake. So Guardians, Cardinals under 8 minus 118. It's this one right here. Okay, moving on to the spreads model. Here are the games and the probabilities against the spread. And again, we're looking at 4 home teams now, 2 away teams. Of course, very similar set of games. First game up, again, Nationals, Cubs. Model likes the Cubs. Minus 1.5 if you can get 164. Cubs minus 1.5, not getting a 164, they're getting 155, so no bet there. Twins, Red Sox, likes the Red Sox plus 1.5 if you can get minus 117. Red Sox plus 1.5, but again, not getting a minus 117. Minus 125 is the best we're seeing. No bet there. Mets plus 1.5. We want minus 184. Mets plus 1.5. I'm showing the Mets minus 1.5 here, almost everywhere. So let's just flip that one around and check. So the Mets minus 1.5. That's here. They're the home team. Minus 1.5. We want 218. 218 for the Mets minus 1.5. We're not going to get that. Braves, Marlins plus 1.5. We want 135. Let's see if we can find that. Marlins plus 1.5. We're getting plus 140. So we'll do that. Marlins plus 1.5, plus 140. Okay. And then 2 visiting teams. Again, Angels plus 1.5, wants minus 105. Angels plus 1.5, we get minus 105 here. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops. So Angels plus 1.5, minus 105. And finally, I'm sorry, minus 105, is that what I typed? I put minus 115, minus 105. Angels minus plus 1.5, minus 105. And finally, the Rockies plus 1.5 model says you want 120. For the Rockies, plus 1.5, not getting a 120, getting a 115. So no bet there. Let's just revisit the money line, see if anything has moved in our favor. It does not look, let's see. So we had a few games. The Cubs, we wanted 132. Again, not quite. The Red Sox, we wanted 134. Oh, the Red Sox have moved. So let's go ahead and do that. You can see that just moved. in the last few minutes. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let's have a little fun. So, of course, you always got to wonder why the line's moving in the other direction. But let's go ahead and do it. We'll take the Red Sox plus 140 on the money line. So go back over here. Red Sox plus 140. And the other one was the Mets. Mets we wanted minus 112. And that hasn't changed. And that's it. Those were the three really close ones. Okay, so at the end of the day, what do we got? We got the Red Sox plus 140 on the money line. Two totals bets: Braves Marlins under 8.5 minus 118. Guardians Cardinals under 8 minus 118. And then we got the Marlins plus 1.5 plus 140. Angels plus 1.5 minus 105. That's all I got for today. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.